Hey, this is Pastor Dave coming to you with your Merry Mojo here in Danville, Indiana, interestingly enough. Several years ago, I went to be the pastor of a little church in Pittsboro, Indiana. And when I arrived, I met several people. One of those people was a guy named Bob Groover. Now, when you first met Bob, he might have come across as a little gruff. As a matter of fact, some people would say he is a little gruff. And after you knew him for a while, you might even think he was a little gruff. But if you really took the time to get to know Bob, you'd find out that there was a different kind of person beneath the exterior that he put on. There was a gentleman who, when I asked him to do the voiceover for a World War II series I was doing, couldn't do it because it brought back too many emotions and tears. There was a gentleman who loved to bake bread. Matter of fact, he became the one who made the bread for our show loaf for our communion every Sunday when we had communion. But Bob also had a tradition that he did, and I think he wanted to get my goat, and he may have gotten the goat of pastors before me, I don't know, but he would show up that first Sunday at Advent, and I always knew after the first year, well, maybe after the second year, he'd had on a certain jacket, and he'd have on this little bow tie that was a pittance of a bow tie, and he'd sit there, and in the middle of my sermon, all of a sudden I'd see him do this without changing a look on his face. It's just watching to see what I did. I think it probably bothered some people, but for me, it was really kind of not Advent until Bob had shown me his Humbug sign. But my point is this. Bob seemed tough on the outside, but he was a human being and a pretty darn good one on the inside. When I went to visit him in the retirement home where he was, I took my Harley Davidson because he had heard I'd bought it and he really wanted to see it. And not only did he want to go out, he got his wheelchair and we rolled out there, and I think he so much wanted to get on it, and I wish he could have, and he just had a big smile on his face. So what I'm telling you is this. Maybe there's some Scrooges in your life. Maybe there's some people who like to pretend like they're Scrooge or the Grinch or whoever else. Get to know them. You never know when they might have a tradition that you'll look forward to, like Bob and his Humbug. Take some time, ask them their story, listen to them, and help them have the kind of Christmas that we all want. Anyway, that's my Merry Mojo. Listen, I want to remind you that this Sunday, if you've never seen it before, or if you've seen it before and haven't been able to see it this year, behold the Lamb of God. The True Tall Tale of the Coming of Christ by Andrew Peterson. We're going to do it at Chapel Hill United Methodist Church, 10:15. You're all invited to be there. Have a merry, merry Mojo kind of Friday.